Welcome back to the Guy Dawson Show. I'm your host, Cheryl Green. We are talking to Kellen about What Every Dog Deserves and Norb about Child Run. And I want to learn more about this run part. I don't run unless I'm being chased. Is this a requirement?
No, you can walk it if you want.
Can somebody chase me if I need them to?
Sure, we can bring zombies out. That'd be awesome.
That's the only 5K I ever did.
Right? Or we could do scary clowns. They can have
Let's not.
No,
that's
scary clowns.
Terrible. It's gone to a dark place, folks. Sorry.
No, you can actually you can walk it. You can stroller it with your kids. You can walk your dogs. Bring your dogs out. It's just it's a way for the family and the community to come together and do something for something great, a great cause to help kids out. So yeah. We're looking at having the event at Sunset Park. Don't have the date released yet, but we're looking at doing it at Sunset Park towards the end of August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. With a lot of water, I hope.
Well, sure, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, we've already got a couple sponsors that say, hey, can we do the water booth? Sure, absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah. So where did this idea come from? What happened here?
Well, the producers thought about it about like 5-6 years ago, and he's been occupied with several different other projects, and he finally just sat down and said, you know what, I got to do this. It's time. We're in the right place, the right time, good time in his life. It's like all the stars were aligned, and he said, we got to do it. We've got the connections with some of the producing companies, with some of the networks that want to take this on as a project. So everything's just aligned great. It's the perfect time to start it. So
that's awesome. And I forgot to mention, if somebody wants to be a sponsor, how do they contact you guys?
You can go on our website. You can contact us through that, which is thechildrun.com, or you can email me at norb@thechildrun.com. It's Norb, N-O-R-B, not M. People mess that up all the time. You'd be surprised. Yeah, it's not Norm, it's Norb, N-O-R-B, @thechildrun.com. So yeah, you can email me directly and I can help you out with that as well.
Okay. And Kellen, real quick, how do we get in touch with you?
You can get in touch with me by emailing Kellen, K-E-L-L-E-N, @advisemediagroup, ADVISEMEDIAGROUP.com. That's Kellen @advisemediagroup.
Wow. Done that a couple times,
yeah, just a few times. Thank you. And please check out whateverydogdeserves.com as well. So, okay, back to Child Run.
Sure.
So, what else is this? Like, I know you've got so many things in store for this.
Yes,
it's gonna be like a whole weekend thing,
yeah,
right?
It kind of is. We're breaking it up into 2 weekends because of Las Vegas. This is our pilot episode, and we're kind of, you don't know what you don't know until you do it. Yep. So we're learning as we go. But as we go down the road, we want to run this in every major city in each state. So 51 episodes. We want to run this as a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. So here in Las Vegas, we're going to do it on 2 weekends. Saturday and then the following Saturday is going to be the run. So we're going to do the celebration dinner, a gala dinner where you're going to have the politicians, the celebrities come in. It's a $250 plate dinner. It all goes to charity, a silent auction, that kind of stuff. And then right after that, we break. And then we set the room up again for the celebrity show, which is where the strip performers come in. They'll do a variety act or whatever. Still have a variety, the auction, the silent auction going on for that as well. For those people to buy some stuff too, tickets for shows and things like that. And then the next weekend, we can have people sign up for the race right there that night too as well. So that's why kind of what we're doing it the night before or the week before the race. So we know we're going to get people involved in the race as well. If you come into the dinner, you should be doing the run or the walk or the bike ride or whatever you want to do. Come out, do it. And then that following weekend is when the actual run's going to be. So, and like I said, it's not an official 5K run. You can walk it, you can bike it, stroller it, hoverboard it. I don't care.
That's what I would do.
Or skateboard it with your doggy skateboard that we just
rollerblades and a leash. There you go.
Yeah. I'm bringing rollerblades back.
There you go.
Did they go away?
Yes.
Really?
I noticed that.
They kind of did.
If I were to rollerblade around my neighborhood,
you get looked at, don't you?
I think I would get looks. Yeah. They'd be like, "What is that fashion-forward, handsome young gentleman doing?"
I had the original pair when they first came out.
You did.
Dating myself a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, they didn't have the buckles. They actually tied. The first ones that came out, yeah.
I remember I grew up right around the corner from United Skates of America back in New York. Wow. And I remember when they made the switch over from roller skates to rollerblades. And that was actually when I stopped skating.
Wow.
Because I don't have the core balance skills to handle that.
You know, once you go to rollerblades, it's hard to roller skate.
Is it?
Yeah, because the wheels hit each other.
Good to know. All right, so you can rollerblade during...
Yes, you can. You can.
All right. Did you have any questions for him?
Well,
He's had a lot during the commercial.
you know, it's interesting to me to be doing this in 51 states. So obviously you're going to be chatting through a lot of different charities as you go along the way. Autism to bullying. When you communicate with these folks, what is there a vetting process? I mean, how are you going to chat with these?
There is. As we go into each state, we have a team that is going to, search for these smaller individual, organizations that need help, for one. But we want to hit every scope of, what issues are that children are, involved with these days. I mean, like you said, bullying, there's cyberbullying, there's obesity issues, there's homelessness, there's orphans. I mean, we have a great organization in Louisville, Kentucky that we're going to work with when we get to Kentucky to do that show. It's called Wednesday's Child. They have placed orphans in 4,000 kids or 4,000 homes over the last few years, and it's amazing. You know? So the other charity that we're working with here in town is called Create a Change Now. I don't know if you've heard about them or not, but what they do is they go into schools and they teach kids how to grow gardens and how the nutrition is so much better to eat a carrot than versus a Big Mac or a fries or whatever. It's just I'm guilty of myself. I go to fast food restaurants, but I don't eat the worst. I eat mediocre stuff. But I'm not in the car eating a carrot every day. But it's good to teach these kids while they're young to learn these things, because it's going to help them later on in life. That a lot of kids don't even know what a garden is. Where does our food come from? Does it come from the store? No, it comes from a garden. It comes from farmers that plant this stuff. They don't even know.
I think it's also important for them to see the amount of work that goes into it, because I've worked in the schools and I'm sure you've seen the same thing. You watch them, they get handed their food, they eat one thing off the tray and everything else goes in the trash. And it's horrifying. So to see how much work and how much effort goes into it and maybe actually have to do some of that themselves.
And they are definitely hands-on. They actually go out to the garden, they plant everything, they water it, they harvest it when it's time to harvest, and they have a dinner. They make a dinner and they invite their family and friends over, and they use all the foods that came from that garden. So it's really cool.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, now more than ever. We have our first home, my wife and I, was in St. Paul, and there was a community garden adjacent to the property, which was so cool. Oh, wow, yeah. Right? And then, you take some of these kids who, are having just a really, really hard time with life, cards, stacked against them, and you get them out into a garden, right? That's beautiful. So... from an advertiser's perspective, it's great too. Oh yeah, right. Absolutely. They're loving it. The family's coming out, taking pictures, take cool videos, the whole thing, the dishes and all that. You could have a lot of really fun stuff with that. Yeah, our major goal is to find at least 10 nationwide sponsors, such as Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Walmart, Target, somebody like that want to come on board and be the nationwide sponsor. That's going to be on board in every city that we go to. And then we also want to target, the local community once we get there. For like here in town, we're going to some of the restaurants in Town Square, some of the restaurants on the Strip, some of the businesses that want to get involved, that want to be, involved with charities, we'll bring them on and give them exposure during the show as well. So. I bet some celebrity chefs would be interested in the organic gardening piece. Yep. We actually have one on board with us. He's going to be doing the celebrity dinner at the gala dinner. He's in charge of that celebrity. It's Chef Dominic. I'm not sure if you know who he is. Dominic Tedesco. He just opened a new restaurant in Town Square. So, but he'll be on board. Tell us one more time, how do we get in touch with you? It's thechildrun.com, or you can email me personally. It's norb@thechildrun.com. Cool. Thank you. And how do we get in touch with you? Just spit it out. It's Kellen, K-E-L-L-E-N, @advisemediagroup.com. That's ADVISEMEDIA. Yes, it is. GROUP.com. Thank you guys both for being on the show. Thank you for having us. Please keep in mind, whether you're a business owner or just a consumer, you want to give back to the community and you want to do something that's actually going to improve the world that we live in. So please check out the archives of the Guy Dawson Show. And also follow us on Facebook, which I believe is just Guy Dawson Show. So you can also follow Child Run on Facebook. You could. Yeah. You could. And you can follow whateverydogdeserves.com. There you go. So thank you all for tuning in. Any last goodbyes? Goodbye. Goodbye. There you go. All right.
See you at the run.
See you guys.